Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about the latest breakthrough in barbell clamp technology. You guys are probably, if you've been around weights any length of time, you've probably seen these style of spring clamps. One of the problems with these is they can be really difficult to squeeze. And then once you put them on, they really don't grip the barrel of the barbell that well, so they loosen up over time, especially when we're doing CrossFit style or high intensity style workouts where you drop the barbell quite frequently with your bumper plates. Those will loosen up over time. Sometimes you see people double these up to where they put two on one side or even turn them backwards. Again, it's really frustrating to have to constantly retighten your clamps. Then you've got this lever action style, a lot easier to take on and off, but this relies, just like this one, on friction. It relies on clamping pressure on that barrel to hold the weight in place. And that only lasts so long. The rubber inside can wear out and things like that because you're only relying on that clamping force to keep your plate in place. So we've got Springback clamps, and these have patented springs on them. There's 6 springs that go around, and they've got independent halves, and they will absorb the shock, so you can see how they compress, and they have guide rods that push through. So when you install this, your clamp portion stays in place, and then when you drop your bar, the lateral force of that plate moving around gets absorbed by the springs and pushed back in place. So your actual clamping mechanism stays in place, and that shock gets absorbed and then pushed back where it's supposed to be. So this is the only clamp on the market that has shock absorbing technology for those drops. That does 3 main things for you. Safety, number 1, right? I'm sure you guys have all seen a barbell dropped that the spring clamps have come loose, and so now that plate can really move around, and it can be unpredictable. I've seen somebody drop a bar and it skid sideways and almost hit the knee of the person next to them. You don't want that. So that can be a safety issue. The other thing is longevity of your equipment or protection of your equipment, right? So you guys have probably all seen bumper plates, which are, by the way, very expensive. This can be one of the most expensive things in your gym. These bumper plates can cost twice or even 3 times as much as standard weight plates, your iron or steel weight plates, right? And you've probably all seen where this core starts getting loose. And that's because there's a lot of motion on that barbell when you're dropping it, right? And that force is directly applied to that core, which comes loose over time. And eventually it can start causing cracking on the plate, and you don't want to have to replace these. They're very expensive. So what's cool about Springback clamps is when they're installed on the barbell, they're helping keep that plate tight, so there's less movement on the barbell, and it's less force being exerted on the core of that plate. So it's going to be better for your barbell and better for your bumper plates as well. So it's going to make your equipment last longer. And then thirdly, performance, right? So efficiency and performance of your workout. I'm sure you guys have all, if you've been around CrossFit or high intensity workouts for any length of time, you've all been frustrated by having to constantly retighten your clamps during your workout, or asking one of your buddies to do it, or the coach comes by and tightens it for you in the middle of the workout. Especially when you're doing an AMRAP or something like that, where you need to keep moving throughout the workout in order to beat your buddy or be top of the leaderboard or set a new record in the open, right? You've all been there frustrated with them constantly loosening up and you tightening them. And that can be a safety issue as well, as that if one side loosens up more than the other, you start seeing that plate go further down, and you see people, maybe they're doing a power clean, and you can see them lean into the side because their plates traveled down that bar too far, and they have to retighten that so that they're more balanced again. So those are the 3 main advantages of Springback clamps. If you want to learn more about it, make sure you check out springbackclamps.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Springback Clamps, and you'll find us. But a really great clamp, huge breakthrough in the market. Patented spring technology. You guys are going to love it. Check them out.